Hello, and welcome to the Kosh. I'm your host, Timber Smith, and the Kosh is a podcast that spotlights people with an association with Oshkosh or its surrounding area. And let me just say that I am super excited this week. We ended up getting a visitors, and we decided, hey, let's do a podcast, right? That's pretty awesome, right? So let me introduce this week's guest. This week's guest is Carlin and Haley Munch. Carlin and Haley, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing great.
Yeah. You know what's really exciting about this?
What's that?
This is the first time that I've done it with two people, so this is gonna be a thing. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Most definitely,
bruh.
So, Carlin and Haley, can you please share a little something about yourself and what is your connection to the Kosh?
All right. Well, my name is Carlin Munch. Originally born in Oshkosh. I was here for about 18 years, grew up here. And then after high school, I graduated in 2016. Me and Haley were high school sweethearts ever since 2015. And recently just got married in 2019. Sorry, I haven't had a sip of my coffee yet. Yeah, we grew up here. We both met each other in junior year of high school. And right now we're just coming back from San Diego because I'm currently in the Navy right now. After we got married, we both moved out to Guam, where that's my duty station was, and then we moved back to San Diego because that's my next duty. That was my next duty station, and that's where I'm currently stationed at right now.
Okay. Haley, anything you want to add?
No, not really. Also born and raised in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So, I mean, we've been here our whole lives up until high school. So,
All right. So now that you guys and you both have had the opportunity to go to Guam, right? And in San Diego currently, and then what's that like? Like, what does it feel like to get out of the Kosh and go see a few things?
It's definitely interesting just seeing the different ways that people and their culture are, especially out in the island of Guam. For people who don't know, Guam is pretty much in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, near almost nothing, and it's American territory, which some people don't know either.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know that at all.
Yeah, some people don't think that we don't use the same money over there. We do. We still use American currency over there. What I do know is that they love the it's kind of like Hawaii. You kind of think about Hawaii, and I don't know if I'm going to have anyone commenting on this podcast saying like it's definitely not like Hawaii.
Well, here's what I will assure you: there's always someone with an opinion, but that's okay. This is the Kosh. You can have an opinion. Go on and do your thing.
We can all be friends.
That's right.
We definitely love the food over there. When we were over there.
Okay.
I never heard of red rice until we both went over there. I know Haley loves red rice. I love red rice, and there's a seasoning that goes on that rice that a lot of them put over there. It's called finadeni. Finadeni, yeah.
All right.
I was eating it because some of my coworkers over there were from Guam, and I said, this is really good. I want to make it, and they said, okay, we'll make it tonight. So we started making it, and I'm bringing out a notepad, because I thought this is going to be a lot of ingredients.
Yeah.
The ingredients are just two items.
Just two.
Two.
All right.
And it's soy sauce, and what's the other ingredient, honey? I'm not thinking of it right now.
I don't know.
We made it before. Soy sauce and vinegar. That's all it is.
That's it.
Yeah. And it's got this,
bruh.
Yeah, right? And it's got this name of finadeni, and you're thinking it's gonna be a lot of ingredients, and it's not.
It's just soy sauce, vinegar.
Yeah.
All right.
We made it a couple of times already, and
it's all about the touch.
Exactly.
When you're making meals like that, and it's got some tradition behind it. you know, it could be the simplest recipe in the world, but it ain't gonna taste like grandmama made it. Exactly. Right? It's going, yeah. It's all about the touch. So, all right, that's super cool. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to jump into the first segment?
I am.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. All right. Don't worry, Haley. We got you.
All right.
We got you. It's gonna be a good time here. First segment is called "What in the World is Going On With," and that is where you start with that phrase and then you just end with whatever's going on in your mind. What's happening? So let's start it off there.
What's going on with everything outside of Oshkosh?
Can you break that down?
What did I mix it up? There's some other things, because I know that a lot of people in Oshkosh, if they stay here in Oshkosh, they tend to stay here almost forever, and they don't.
There's some.
Yeah, there's some. You can go on vacation and on a cruise ship or, but a lot of people, I guess, more of me, I've never experienced anything outside of Oshkosh until I joined the Navy.
Okay.
So, me going into another location, my first location was Greece. The first thing I can think of is everything's going to be like Oshkosh. Everyone's going to be nice. Everyone's going to be holding the door for another person. Everybody's going to be, just, everyone in Oshkosh is just so nice. And that's all I really think about. But it's not like that.
No?
In other parts of the world, no.
So, what did you observe?
Well,
and just for the sake of the Kosh, the people out there in Kosh land, what that was, the squeaky was our dogs raiding the room with their squeaky toys. And if you know anything about the Kosh, we don't edit. This is raw. It's authentic. It is what it is. So, right. Sorry about that.
So a good example, I would say, is probably both of us experiencing San Diego at the same time. Okay. San Diego is very fast-paced. Anyone who lives out in a big city knows that. It's, what they say in movies, like the dog-eat-dog world.
Right.
So nobody, if you drive in Oshkosh, and a lot of people might scrutinize me for this, but there's a lot of good drivers in Oshkosh. I hope everyone hears me on that. There's a lot of good drivers compared to driving out in San Diego every single day. Because when you're in San Diego and everyone's driving aggressively, that's normal driving.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot more cautious drivers out here in Oshkosh. That was the biggest change coming back again.
What I will say is we have fairly decent drivers until the first snowfall, and then we got fools. Let's be honest now.
Or EAA drivers.
Well, EAA, they don't know the Kosh. They're working it out. I can forgive you for being new to the space. Mm-hmm. But then, but what about the people that first snowfall? You done been here. What you doing? But I know what you mean. I mean, I came from a city myself, born and raised, and it's different. And if you ever go to Chi-Town, going to Chicago, those drivers, woo, I mean, 90 is just doing 60 to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand that. All right. What else did you observe?
Nobody greets each other really in a big city, in San Diego. How you walk down the streets of Oshkosh and you're just like, hey, good morning. Okay. Well, if you walk down the streets in San Diego and you say, hey, good morning, you're kind of giving a look I don't know you.
They ain't giving you side eye.
Yeah, they're giving me who is that guy? Why did he say hi to me?
So, are you saying there's something to that Midwest nice thing that people talk about?
Yes, the Midwest nice is definitely a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What about you, Haley? What have you observed?
I mean, I totally agree with the Midwest nice thing. Other than that, it's fast-paced, but people also don't care as much out there in the sense that what happens. And especially in California, it's just a more laid back mindset on everything else. They have aggressive drivers and a fast paced life, but they don't care what happens day to day as much.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that is, I guess to me, that's the stereotype like you feel about California. Like, it's like, I don't know. In my day, that stereotype was kind of that valley surfer, it's cool dude kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I've been to California before, but I can't say I know much about California. So, all right, that's cool. All right, so what in the world is going on with Oshkosh getting a Popeye's chicken?
Are they really?
Oh my God, yes.
Where's it at?
Hey, look, I didn't say it's here yet, but it's coming. Look, I've been reading the articles. I've been mad at Oshkosh for years. I've been mad at Oshkosh since they closed Kentucky Fried Chicken down. I don't understand why we could not have some type of chicken place that makes great chicken, right? Now, Kentucky is good, but Popeyes is best.
Popeyes is definitely better.
It's the king to me. You know, there's something to be said for the greatest chicken sandwich in the history of fast food chicken sandwiches. Let me just say that. That spicy chicken sandwich by Popeyes is the greatest chicken sandwich that a fast food establishment is putting out there. Matter of fact, it's better than most restaurant chicken sandwiches. Y'all need to step y'all game up.
I think they all started the craze, didn't it? Didn't Popeye start the whole chicken sandwich craze?
They did. They put out a product, and that product is worthy. So let me tell you something. I've been driving down to Appleton and Fond du Lac because why do Appleton and Fond du Lac got chicken sandwich places that got a Popeyes? I'm mad. We got a Chick-fil-A. Look, nothing against Chick-fil-A, and for y'all who like Chick-fil-A out there, you know, I understand, but it ain't Popeyes. So I'm just saying. So I am super excited to hear that the Kosh is getting a Popeyes. Yeah, I will be attending there at least once a week. And just so you know, if you are out there in Kosh land and the people who are going to own this new Popeyes, if you like to sponsor on the Kosh, I would like to be that gentleman because I will be that.
Big shout out.
Big shout out.
Bruh.
All right. We're going to move into the next segment here. And the next segment is word association. So I'm going to say a word, and then I want each of you to tell me what comes to mind when I say that word, okay?
All right.
All right. First word, food.
Tortilla flats.
Oh.
Remember that restaurant?
Yeah, it's ghost now, though.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know, what I could say is I didn't go there a lot.
No.
But when my wife was pregnant and we lived on Main Street very close by, in that last trimester, I literally went there daily to get her nachos and salsa.
Yeah, the chips and salsa, right?
Chips and salsa along with a turtle sundae. Don't ask me about that. I mean, but that's real. All right. Haley's shaking her head at me like, yeah, I know about this life right now.
I totally get it.
All right. Haley, what do you got for food? What's on your mind?
Right now, Chinese.
Oh, what do you like in Chinese?
Oh, I love like the lo mein chow mein noodles. And then any sort of like sweet and spicy, sweet and sour chicken.
Oh.
Those are my go-tos at the moment. I cannot guarantee that will be the same tomorrow. But
so it's a daily switch up.
Yeah, at the moment.
All right. Do we got a favorite place?
Not in particular. No, I'm still trying to find a place out in San Diego that I really like.
Okay.
So
that's fair. Got to try a few places.
Yeah.
Okay. Next words: cocktail or beer.
Moonshine.
Moonshine. What?
We're going to a friend's house tonight. There's gonna be moonshine. So I'm getting prepared.
She brought it straight from Tennessee. So
Straight from Tennessee.
So we're not talking about the stuff that somebody markets and puts in a grocery store. We're talking about something that comes in a milk jug.
oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Let that be. All right. To the moonshiner, as I know it from some family members down in the South, the white lightning. That's what that is. That's the white lightning. So, okay. Netflix.
The Blacklist.
The Blacklist.
That's currently what we're watching right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I think it's like one of those underrated films. I don't know if it's on Fox or CBS or NBC or something like that.
I think it was on ABC when it was on TV.
ABC, okay.
Yeah.
I think they're still making seasons. We're just not totally caught up with everything yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just jumped on the bandwagon.
Just started watching it. Did somebody recommend it?
No. I used to watch it with my mom when I was like in high school. I think it was either high school, something like that. We watched it for one season. It had that huge, like, it was like a climax, like right in the first episode, and I don't know what happened to it. We just stopped watching it. So,
all right, shout out to Mom, Wendy Munch. Shout out. Okay. Next word, Amazon.
She's got this one.
Uh-oh.
I mean, right now it's all baby clothes.
Is it
and
all?
Yep.
All baby clothes.
All baby clothes.
Yes.
All the clothes, all the baby stuff. So it's my favorite thing right now.
You aren't one of those people. You're one of those people. Are you tuning into Amazon daily to look for new baby options?
I am not.
Okay, you're better than most.
I try to be. Just he gets mad at me if I'm on it too much.
No, you look at the beginning. You got to go ahead, spoil the children's. Spoil the children's.
Oh yeah,
that's the plan.
All right. Military.
Haley can take this one. I want to know what her thoughts are on it, because I can have a lot of things.
Well, you both can have things. It's not an either or. It can be an and.
I would say just not normal. It's different from people who have regular jobs. My job in particular, it's weekends. I have to work every weekend. You get paid in a salary, which means there's no overtime. So no matter how much work you do, or no matter how much work the next person does right beside you, you're still getting paid the same.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is correct.
It's just everything about it is just not normal, with rules, with regulations, and I'm not bickering on it, because I would leave if I didn't like it. So, what do you think?
I don't know. When I think of military, I just think of everything you tell me day to day. So
you just get to hear.
Yep, I'm just a bystander.
Yeah. You are the military spouse.
Yes.
That's what I would say. Maybe it's like something new every day about the military.
I will agree with that. It's the different lifestyle, and it for some people it works really well. For others it may not. But I will tell you this: my observation and even my own situation, when it's time to come back and be a civilian, it's an adjustment.
Yes,
it's an adjustment, because it does become part of the fabric of who you are. Mm-hmm. So, but let me tell you, when you do become a civilian again, it's not that bad.
I don't think it would be.
Sometimes it seems a little crazy at first, right? Because there's going to be things that make no sense, because you're just thinking, why are they doing it this way? That makes no sense, And, exactly. And then you probably come home and you think those things, yeah.
He does.
How many times?
He'll say something, and I'll be like, "You're the only one that would think of that right now, so I don't know what to tell you."
And so, it's one of those things. But it is a good transition when it's the time. It's good stuff when it's good stuff, and sometimes it's not good stuff.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
If I might have some people tell me that this might be wrong, but the military does help you when you're in, for the most part, because, you're active, they take care of your health insurance, your, pretty much everything that you don't have to worry about except for whatever personal stuff that you want to take care of, like healthcare and all that stuff. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I can tell you, there's a statistic out there, and this is something when I work with vets who are ETSing out and coming to school and stuff, and there's a statistic that the average veteran makes about 1,500 decisions in a day, and your average college student makes 4,000. And there's all this stuff that living, when you're serving, that is getting decided on your behalf, where to be, what to do, how to do it, maybe what to wear, maybe your child, everything, right? There's just a lot of stuff. And then, so there's this tough transition sometimes when when you walk into a very liberal environment, and I don't mean that politically liberal, I just mean a very liberal education environment. And then they're saying, oh, do this, you could do whatever you want, and you could do this, and if you want to do this, you could do this, or you could do that. And sometimes that just frazzles out a vet who's freshly out, because it's just like, whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah,
it's just a lot, and I need time.
Yeah, because the person who's actively serving, usually every day at work, there's one objective, or there's a couple of objectives, and then when you leave, there's all these things like, what do you want to do? So everything's being thrown at them. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Always have a plan B though before you leave the military. Like, always have a plan at least.
Yeah. And then there's lots of options out there. There's lots of resources when the time comes, and they have good programming inside of the military to help you as you transition out also. So, yeah, good stuff. Family.
For me, they're always there for me. Family's always there for me. Whether that's military family or family back home, they're always there for me.
All right. Haley, what you got?
I think of being home, especially with being so far away. When you think of family, you think of, like, I have 2 little brothers, so my mind goes straight to them as well as my older younger brother. And so it makes me miss them, and you get sort of homesick.
Shout outs to the families.
Yeah.
Okay. We're on to the next segment. The next segment is the Naughty/Heroes Corner. And this is an opportunity for you to, and it doesn't have to be a person, it can be an organization, it can be anything you want, where you nominate somebody or something to the Naughty Corner or the Heroes Corner. So you both got an opportunity here. What are you thinking?
You got nothing?
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we have a running streak on the show so far that we have never had anybody put anybody in the naughty corner.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah. Naughty corner. I don't know. I can't think of anything for that one.
All right.
The Heroes Corner.
Yeah. Anything standing out?
Honestly, the only thing I can think of is you, Timber, just for everything that you do for the Student Veterans Association over at UWO. It touches me in a way because I'm always about especially like the 22 push-up program that everybody does on Facebook. I always love seeing those. Just trying to prevent suicide, the veteran suicide every day, because I know how much of a struggle it is for those guys. Yeah. I might not know personally about separating from military yet and seeing how that goes for everything, but I believe that everything that you do so far has touched many lives for all the veterans out there. So I'll put you in the Heroes Corner. How about that?
I wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't ready for that.
Bruh.
Yeah.
But what I would say is that's awesome, and I don't do it alone. I have an amazing team that backs me. I got a partner in crime, Michelle Munch. Shout out to Michelle Munch, all my student veterans and the Student Veterans Association, and all the surrounding service organizations, the VFWs, the American Legions, the DAV, AMVETS, all of you guys, all you ladies, everyone, make it possible. I cannot stress how much support and love that the KOSH and the surrounding area of the KOSH does for our veterans. They do amazing work. So I'm just able to facilitate it. So I appreciate that. Haley, what do you got going on? Anybody you want to put in either corner?
I mean, when I think of heroes, especially like with the times going on with COVID and everything, I just think of all of our healthcare workers.
Oh my God, yes.
And so they deserve the biggest shout out in the entire world, and they deserve way more than what they're getting at the moment because they put their life on the line every day.
Can't agree more, because I do think they're really in the thick of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're on the front line. They're dealing with it. And a virus is, you know, we don't even understand what we don't understand. Mm-hmm. So you don't even understand your enemy in this case.
Right.
And it's changing. So I agree with that. I love it. All right. So it's that time. We're going to get to the subject of the week. And because we got two guests, I think we're going to do two subjects. And as you know, if you listen to the KOSH, the guest always pick the topic of the week. So there is one topic. If you haven't already figured out from some of the earlier statements, we have expecting parents. So Carlin and Haley here are expecting right now. You can't tell me that that's not its own thing, right? And I think it would be super cool. Let's jump in. So as a well, not really newly, because, I mean, how close are we?
We're doing June, so
Woo!
we're pretty far along now.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Yes. So not so newly.
No.
All right. As expecting parents, what's been going on? What would you like to share with the KOSH?
I just recently had a baby shower, so that was a new experience for us.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think, Haley?
Did you go to the baby shower?
Yes, it was co-ed.
It was co-ed. Yeah. Okay. You know, that's newer is what I say. I think it's been going on for a while, but you know, back in my day, that necessarily wasn't so co-ed. So
I was confused when I was going. So
Yeah, he was just along for the ride.
he was along for the ride.
And that's pretty much what it's all been this entire time, was just being along for the ride the whole time.
That's very husband of you.
But I'd say it's a new experience every week. We learn something that we didn't know beforehand every single week.
What's the last thing y'all learned?
What's the last thing you learned, Carlin?
honestly, the last thing I learned was how expensive diapers are.
Woo!
Yeah, those are crazy expensive.
Yeah. It's the warning thing that I give all my friends now. If I have friends who are having children and they're in that place and they're just like, what can I expect? A big diaper bill is what you can expect.
Yeah. She's already tasked me with the first big blowout, so.
Oh
Yeah, I said that was all his.
Oh, wait. So y'all already got it picked out of who's going to do the first full-blown up-the-back blowout.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. Hey, you know what I like? I like that she's already negotiated that's you're stuck with it, Carlin.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's gonna.
All right. What else about being new expecting parents? What have you been figuring out?
How much stuff a baby actually needs. So when we first found out we were pregnant, I went through the whole getting the baby registry ready,
Right.
because I was so excited. And I didn't realize how many essential items there were.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you think of a baby, it's a little thing. You didn't think they needed 20 million of every single item, bottles and bibs, clothes that they go through. Because we just had friends that just gave birth, and she was like, Haley, the amount of clothes that I go through every day for this little girl is insane.
Well, you do know, because you already tasked Carlin with the blowout. So
Well, yeah. I would say I have some experience. That's just being on a big sister.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, yes, children's, and here's the thing, as they get older, they need more, and it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Let me assure you of that.
Cool. All right.
I'm sorry that I have to be the bearer of that news, but seriously, I think you already knew.
Yeah.
All right, I love it. What kind of advice? Because you know what? Here's one thing. I know the world is giving you guys advice, right? Because every time there's a new parent, everybody who's ever been a parent thinks it's their job to give some type of parental advice. Have you guys been given any advice that has stuck with you, or anything, or any advice that you were like, not my child?
I think most recently getting the child a tablet when they're young.
Okay.
I'm a little on edge about that right now, just because, that's not the way I grew up. It's not the way you grew up or anything like that. But I'm not saying I'm going to give my kid a flip phone when they grow up. But
all right,
I don't know. That's something.
Putting tech in their hands.
Yeah, because that's all I see from kids nowadays is just seeing a tablet in their hand, like at 3 years old, 2 years old. But that's just their way of learning, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and it's two ways you can look at it. Yeah, I had put tech in my child's hands at a pretty early age, because that was the direction life was headed. And so in one sense, it's like, you don't want them to be consumed with tech, right? But you also don't want them to be behind and not know tech, because whether people like it or not, tech's here to stay. And so what you don't want your tech to do is, the tech can't be a babysitter. See, I'm giving advice now. I'm not supposed to be giving no advice, but that is it. I just gave advice. That's my stance on tech. Haley, what do you think?
Honestly, I can't pick out one specific thing of advice. As the mom to be, I feel like I get a lot day to day. Just people putting in their own opinions and whatever. The best advice I have gotten was to take all of the advice into account, but remember at the end of the day that it is our child.
That's right.
And that you can't make everyone happy. So just do it the way that is going to work best for you and your family.
There is only one right way to parent, and that's your way.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that. All right. Anything else you guys want to say about being expecting parents?
I'm just excited.
Yeah, it's just
Honestly.
overwhelming emotions.
All right. Yeah. Time's ticking.
Yeah, it's coming down. We've got 9 more weeks if baby lasts that long, and I think we're just excited and ready for this new chapter to start.
All right. Let me tell you, there's only a couple of more people who are just as excited, if not more excited. You know who they are?
My grandparents.
You doggone right. Let me promise you, the grandparents.
Yeah.
They are on edge, and they are serious. They are in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big time. Big time. Shout out to the grandparents. All right. So, since we got 2 guests, we got 2 topics. So the next topic is going to be, we're just going to call it culture. Things about, the culture. So what would you like to say about that?
Culture and like.
Well, you remember,
Mm-hmm.
just, I think culture is in living different places and watching the difference in the culture.
Yeah, so it's just different, honestly. You know, it feels like every time we come home, it's just like our eyes like open up even more, you know, to like, especially with my first year being in Greece back in 2017, the start of 2017, Greece is in a financial crisis.
Right.
So I don't know if they still are. I haven't really kept up with that, but everyone that was there, and everyone there is fantastic. Everyone, like all their attitudes, you know, me speaking a little bit of the greetings in Greek and everyone being so happy over there.
Okay.
But I couldn't think of a way that America could be in a financial crisis and people would still be like, still have happiness over there. You know, it's because you really, it gives you a perspective of how much we really do have here in this country compared to an island like Guam or, you know, an island in the middle of the Mediterranean Ocean in Greece. So,
right.
I'm trying to think of like some examples of like what we have that they don't. I would say technology, probably. Technology would be the biggest one. You know, in Guam, there's no Ubers out there, obviously. Like, it's a little island. What else would you say that Guam?
I would say going along with all that, the access, the accessibility that you have in the States is crazy compared to any other country. The way we can get things on such short notice, you don't see that as much when you go from country to country. And so, I mean, I even saw that when I was studying abroad in Costa Rica. It does create a bit of a more laid back like lifestyle with people not worrying about getting things as fast.
Right.
In those countries. So here you get that fast paced. But I would say that would be the biggest thing.
America has an immediate gratification problem.
Yeah.
Like we expect it yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're mad when we don't get it yesterday. And if somebody doesn't serve us fast enough, we think it's the worst service in the world. So, and it's actually it's a luxury.
Yeah. The West Coast, they have drones delivering packages. And
whoa, they have that fully blown implemented.
I don't think it's fully blown, but I know that I think they're still in testing.
Yes.
But, you know, like just the thought of if you would have brought that to like some third world country, like, hey, this thing is going to be flying with your package and you have to be there for it, you know, like, no, you don't think about that at all.
Yeah. I'm not so sure that they would be that comfortable with that. To be honest, I'm not so sure I'm that comfortable with that, but I get it. No, that's a very good point. We as Americans, if we don't spread our wings and get an opportunity to go see things outside of America, I think we don't understand what we have. You know. So, all right, that's cool. So, we're at the point of the show that we're going to start wrapping it up. All right, and let me just put this out there that I hope all you guys out there and ladies out there in the Kosh enjoyed the show. And if you have any comments, once again, we are a work in progress. We are always trying to grow. We are trying to get better. If you've messaged, you know that I actually message each individual that messaged me back personally. I take everything into account. I try to incorporate any great ideas that may come, and some things I just have to debate because some things are worth debating. Right. It's just the way it is. But I do encourage you, please reach out to us at askthekosh@gmail.com. Once again, that is thekosh@gmail.com. I encourage you, please. Love hearing from you all. All right. Here's my favorite part of the show. You know what time it is?
Shout outs.
It is shout out time. So you got an opportunity. You know what? We're gonna start with Haley first. Haley, who you want to shout out?
I mean, I would love to shout out my mom and for everything she's done while we've been home. So,
you got to shout out mom.
yes,
All
always.
right. Okay. Carlin, who you want to shout out?
I'll shout out my mom and dad too.
Okay.
Brian and Wendy Munch. My siblings Preston and Brianna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those guys are always there for me when I need them, and having my siblings be, I'm the brother and I'm never there anymore after high school, but I always come back and I get an enormous amount of love every time. So
just so you know, you guys can do more than one shout out. Yeah, you can shout out as many people as you want.
I mean, it's not a person, but shout out Culver's for existing in the Midwest.
Oh my God.
Bruh.
Because it definitely has helped a lot being home and being able to access it.
What's the favorite thing in Colors?
Chicken tenders. I actually really like their kids' meals.
I just want the Kosh listeners to know, if you could see the smile on Haley's face when she said chicken tenders, she said it very subtly, but with a smile that was ear to ear.
Yeah.
Whatever Culver's is out there doing with their chicken tenders, you're making this young lady happy.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to Culver's.
it was the first thing. It was the first place we went to when we got to Denver. There's a Culver's in Denver too. In Denver, Colorado. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We have a special place for Culver's because, my man is a graduate of UW Oshkosh.
Really?
Greg Culver. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Something new every day, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Carlin, you got another shout out? Anybody else?
I can't think of anyone right now. My family is the only thing in my mind when I'm back home. So
Yeah.
I can respect that. I feel you on that. I got a few shout outs here. I'd like to send a special shout out to Moraine Park and Sergeant Pepper at Moraine Park. Today I attended a March for the 22, which is a veteran suicide awareness event. Went and volunteered, spent some time with him. He's got a great group of people, a great Student Veterans Association. We had an amazing turnout at 8:30 a.m., put our 2.2 miles in. And just want them to know, great work. We appreciate what you're doing down there. And I'd like to send another shout out to Veronica. Congratulations. Good luck on your next adventure. Gonna miss you. Appreciate you. All right. So we're about to wrap this up. Last thing, parting words of wisdom. All right. So, Carlin, parting words of wisdom. What do you got?
Something I just shared on Facebook. I'm trying to see if I can get the proper wordage here. It was we can all disagree, but still be friends. That's my wisdom.
That's facts. Haley?
Parting words of wisdom, just do what makes you happy every single day. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks.
Facts. All right. It's that time. Thank you all out there in Koshland. Thank you for tuning in once again. We appreciate you as always. Once again, the Kosh.